Hi, you Evolving Now family. How are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. I wanted to take some time to do something new. So today I'm going to be documenting instead of creating. Now, I've been watching a guy called Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't know Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk, please YouTube him. He's one of the biggest influencers in the world, writes books and everything. Now, although I am a speaker, an author, a founder of You Evolving Now, a leader and influencer, if you are all of those things or aspiring to be all of those things, we still need motivators, leaders, and mentors. So whether you have one personally or you're following one, I highly recommend it. And what he recommended was document, not just create. Now, I've been creating content for years. I love what I get to do, and I hope that you're liking it. But today I want to document something that's happening right now in my life that I hope will allow you to evolve. Now, I'm on my way to a meeting with a CFO of a company. Great guy. Cannot wait to sit down with him, catch up, find out what his company is all about, the culture that they have and everything, and then see how we can be a fit for them. If so, great. If not, who else should we be talking to? And you never know what happens down the line. But how do these things happen? See, I've been blessed to be getting phone calls for some people, and they say, how are you doing what you're doing? How are you becoming successful? And for me, the answer to that question was through a lot of pain and trial and error. So now that I get to share some of this back, I'm blessed to be able to do so. So there's three things that really stood out for me regarding documenting where I'm about to go. The one thing that we do, and I had to have no shame, and I hope if you're a new leader, you are new to what you want to do. I had no shame of starting on the ground floor. I had no shame on knocking on doors or kicking down doors to coming to businesses and says, who can I talk to here? This is who I am. This is what I want to do. And whether that was knocking on doors and kicking on doors and walking into a place, I did that. Whether that was cold calls, I did that. Whether it was the cold emails, I did that. There's no harm and foul with doing that because people don't know who you are. So let's get them to know who you are. The other things and the most important things that have impacted me and my business and what I want to share with you today is the power of networking. Now, there's formal networking and there's informal networking. Both have worked to my advantage and will work to yours, but it's how we do it. See, traditionally, if you're in business and you want to network, we know that we should be going to these different events, going to these conferences, you meet different people, you do your 30-second or 10-second elevator pitch of what you are, and dry. It's what we're trained to do. Just like most people are trained on how to interview. But then when you get in there, now what? So when we are at these networking events and you're meeting people and shaking hands, yes, we want to exchange cards and yes, we want to do that, but it's not about us. Let's find out about the person as a person. Because you could be talking to the CEO, the vice president, or whomever, the janitor or custodian. But they have a name, they have a story, they have a family, they have a life. Let's get to know that. And then we treat them out to a cup of coffee or a lunch. And what most people don't do, and one of the biggest mistakes that I see, is that we don't set a meeting right away. See, I'm doing this right now on my iPad. I have my phone right there about to do something else. We all have our phones. And what I've learned to do is, okay, listen, you're going to get busy. I'm going to get busy. How about we set up a meeting time right now? And we pull out our phones. We go to our calendar section. We lock it in. We both saw each other do it. I put a 2-day alert. I put a 1-day alert so I don't forget. I know I'm not going to forget. And now it's in there. Because we have to know that people are busy. And as soon as they walk out of this event, life is going to slap them right in the face and they're going to be their version of busy. And you're going to be your version of busy. And then now you will be chasing. And the problem with the chasing is that it diminishes your value. If you don't get in contact, when you see that person again, that person might want to duck because they know they owe you a return email or call or meeting or whatever it is. And we have to be able to manage our emotions because we may feel slighted because we felt like we deserved something. So take out that calendar. Use the phone. It's your executive assistant. So let's get great at doing that. The other part, which has been even more successful, I would say, in actually signing, is the informal networking. I can think of 2 deals right now and working with companies and going into their schools and going into their companies where it was just me out on a weekend with my kids. So I'm walking with my kids. Oh, there's Petco right there. That'd be cool to walk in and see some animals, some pets. So as we're walking through the aisle, a gentleman comes around the corner, has his kids. Oh, you look familiar. You look familiar too. Well, I played basketball here. You played football there, and we went to the same school. Huh, really? That's cool. How are you doing now? What's going on? Your kids? Oh, well, I'm now the athletic director. I'm now the CEO. I am now this. Oh, that's so interesting. I do this. Hey, would you like to get together? I'd love to hear more, share with you what I do as well. And talk a little bit. And you pull out those phones again, and now we're having a meeting to discuss. Amazing. One day I was in Five Below. Go Five Below. Go Petco. And the same thing happens. Somebody's walking. They have an emblem on their jacket. Oh, you work there? And it starts that. But it starts with our willingness to connect. Putting down our phones initially to be walking around and making eye contact, finding common ground, complimenting someone on something and what they do and what they've built, bringing out our phones and putting it into our calendar and networking that way. Because people like doing business with people they know, they like, and they respect. And if you are not being known, you can't get liked, and you may not be respected for what value you bring. Now that brings us to value. Once we have the meeting, we have to up our value. If we are upping our value, what then happens is people who like what you did and saw the power in what we did will then refer us. So the formal networking is going on, but now we're getting referred because we're killing it at our passion. We're killing it at our dream. We're killing it at what we do, and we've delivered. And now we become a total package. So one, I want to say thank you, Gary Vee, for the tip for documenting, not just creating. I hope that this has been of value to you. If you like what the You Evolving Now is and the things that I am mentioning, because I want to help you and us evolve in our 4 Ps as people, partners, parents, and professionals, and evolve and enhance our work-life balance. So check out youevolvingnow.com. Download the app YEN Push. And stay tuned for my next book coming out, 7 Ways to Lead, based off of our 7 series, 7 Ways to Love, and in December, 7 Ways to Lead. Guys, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you next time. Keep tuning in and have a very, very evolved day. Take care.